Hello, all. Reporter Brian Lewis, company Sale Lewis LLC. Doing another drive talk, whatever thing here. I know if you guys question these drive talks, there is a little bit of a thing that basically that this phone sits on. So if I move it, it will go down, whatever. So that's just so you don't think I'm not driving with two hands. But anyways, so and that's also for the legal dumb fucks out there, like it's police courts and basically all those fun, corrupt, devilish thinking motherfuckers. But whatever, it is what it is. Um, and now for the drive talk. What do you do with people that you live with? Okay, I know each person that you live with is their own separate individual ID'd person, right? They are their own entity. They are their own social security number, or else they are their own FEIN number. I know and note that the FEIN, which is the Federal Employment Identification Number, is like the SSN for the business. Okay, so it's Sale Lewis LLC. As long as it's a LLC of some type, or a C corp, S corp, or a corporation of some type, it will have its own separate ID number or its entity identification number. Okay, and that's just so everyone knows. Now, now, um, with saying that, how do you deal in when you're living with family? Okay, I know this is a situation, a this is a hypothetical situation that would and may and does, yes, happen just to when there's three people living in the house, three adults, uh, two male, one female, and one of the males is spiritually married to the one female, and she's pregnant. Okay, now the pregnant lady, female, obviously is going to be a bitch because her hormones and everything like that is going crazy, and she can't, uh, commonly speaking, uh, make up her mind on one thing or another all the time, and well, she's tired all the time and everything like that. So the kid or kids, depends on how many little offspring that the lady is carrying, um, can have a negative and massive effect on her while she's actually carrying them. Okay, so no, that is that there. And yes, I have been told that it's the offspring can be, how do I say this, a bitch to the female or the lady. Okay, it causes them to get moody and everything, extremely moody, and where they will snap. And just where a female on her period can snap at you in a millisecond or less. But it's when they get pregnant, they can snap a trillion times faster. Okay, so we're saying that. Okay, um, it is what it is. It's the female body. Male, so obviously have to deal with it. As the male, all I can say is thank God for that. But anyways, it is what it is. Okay. We're saying this. You have that situation going on. And then you have the spiritual husband not being an American citizen, being a Canuck or a Canadian, which is visiting. I know he is from the Ontario area of Canada, or is what I should say, the U.S. says is the retarded area of Canada by the news. Okay. Um, and so we're seeing this. Okay. Um, and because of the Ontario area, I've seen a lot of reports that says at least 3 to 5 of the states or provinces. I think the Canadian dumb fucks basically call their states provinces. Okay, but I know like 90% of their population lives within 800 miles of the border too. So they're basically Canada, all in itself, is more like the 51st state. Quote Donald Trump. So, nah, like it, hate it, whatever. But the other male in the household is a Ontario Canuck, woke as hell. Um, he has a major dispute with anything that does not go his way. He thinks his opinions are king. Of course, that also comes from where he comes from originally, because he's a naturalized citizen of Canada. And he's from the Middle East. That's all I'm saying is where he's from. I'm not going to give anything else out about that. Okay. But anyways, he is from the Middle East, one of the main oil-rich countries of the Middle East. And it's the first one that had broke from the petrodollar and basically only taking money for their oil in the petrodollar, and which they were contracted to do. And then when the contract ran out, they stopped doing it. Okay, yay. But anyways, they were the first country in the world to do that, according to the U.S. reports, and then its other countries may have followed or may not have followed. Okay, I don't know what it is exactly, but it is what it is. Okay, so he's from that country. He's told me he cannot go back to that country because I guess he gave up his citizenship to that country when he became a naturalized Canadian, or it's Canuck, or dumb fuck, or woke ass, from what I know of Canadians being. So if you're Canadian, you can kiss my motherfucking ass. It's because that's just an opinion, and us Americans, we speak our opinion, okay? But he's woke as fuck. He comes from money, a lot of money, but he doesn't have it anymore. Okay, I'm not going to state his age, but it's well past the move out household stage. And his culture, the father, no matter what the age of the child is, owns the child, owns everything he has. So let's just say Arabic, okay, religion, and he's been throughout the world, a lot of Muslim type nations, okay. But anyways, he is stuck up, woke, and he's also disabled because of medical problems, backs, whatever, and other problems. But anyways, he can pick up cat shit out of a cat, litter box thing, but he cannot. He has to go down to the ground and pick that up, and when he picks all that up, it's 3 to 5 days worth, give or take, of shit, right? But yet he cannot. I know the household has a cat, dragon lizards, or something like that. It's some sort of lizard, and 2 dogs. He cannot pick up the dog shit when he's part responsible for the dogs. Same with the female or the lady, and same with the other male, or I should say man, of the house. And and no, the other man of the house is also physically disabled, but he sacrifices everything. He sacrifices his health to help out. That's the reason why he moved in, to help out. It's that, and the person was helping him out and gave him one place for a cheap rent too. But whatever, it is what it is. Now, and now the spiritual husband of the female, pregnant female, cannot go down to one knee or go down to two knees or sit down or whatever because of his back muscles, whatever. And there's a lot of things that it goes into that. Cannot go down and pick up a small pile of shit when the dogs shit whatever in the house because it's no animal is perfect. Okay, it's just like no human is perfect. He cannot do that. He cannot help out with anything physical around the house because if he's even in an ounce of pain, he refuses to do anything and everything but it sit on his ass at his computer. But of course, no, he doesn't have to buy food. Doesn't have to really buy anything. It's basically a free stay as long as, well, let's just say he helps out his kid, which is coming up, and everything like that. And he helps out. So he doesn't have to pay for jack shit of anything. And he cannot help out. What does the disabled physical person who is working as hard as he can at becoming not disabled deal with this? Like, share, comment, please. Subscribe too. But anyways, what does a person do? Move out? What does he do? Okay. Can you leave a comment? We would like to know. And everyone would like to know. Thank you.